Imagine holding a coin so small and ordinary that you wouldn't even bother picking it up from the ground, yet that same coin could change someone's life forever. Most people believe valuable coins are old gold coins or royal collectibles, but today's story proves that even the smallest denomination can carry unimaginable value. This is the story of the Singapore 1-cent coin, a coin millions of people use daily, spent casually, and forgot completely. When Singapore became independent in 1967, it introduced its first national currency, and the 1-cent coin was part of that historic moment. At that time, no one cared about rarity, errors, or future value, because the coin was simply used to buy everyday items. Early Singapore 1-cent coins were made with higher copper content, which already made them more valuable than people realized. As years passed, global metal prices increased, and producing small coins became more expensive for the government. Because of this, Singapore quietly reduced minting numbers in certain years. Without public announcements. Some batches were extremely limited, while others were removed from circulation faster than expected. Most people never noticed, because they were too busy spending these coins. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, the 1-cent coin slowly disappeared from daily USE. By 1984, it was practically gone from circulation, leaving behind only a small number of surviving coins. Many of these remaining coins were lost, melted down, damaged, or forgotten in drawers and old wallets. Today, collectors focus on coins that survived untouched, especially those in original mint condition. Even a tiny scratch, cleaning attempt, or polish can destroy a coin's value completely. What truly makes some Singapore 1-cent coins special are rare mint errors, metal composition differences, and undocumented variations. Some coins were struck slightly off-center, while others show unusual metal tones that experts still debate. There are also rumors among collectors that a few versions were never officially recorded, making them extremely rare. When one of these coins appears at a major auction in Singapore, Hong Kong, or London, bidding becomes intense. Collectors are not just buying metal, they are buying history, scarcity, and status. This is why coin collecting is not gambling, but a knowledge-based field where patience rewards the prepared. If you own old Singapore coins, never clean them and never rush to sell them. Always get them checked by a professional grading service or an experienced numismatist, because now we come to the moment that shocked collectors worldwide. According to speculative valuations, private collector discussions, and extreme rarity assessments, certain ultra-rare Singapore 1-cent coins have been estimated to be worth hundreds of billions of dollars, turning what was once spare change into legend. This doesn't mean every 1-cent coin is valuable, but it proves that hidden treasures still exist in plain sight. If rare coins fascinate you, CoinFlix is where collectors stay ahead of the rest. Join the channel, because upcoming videos reveal coins most people are still ignoring today. And if you've ever owned old coins, comment below and tell me which country and year, because your forgotten coin might carry a story worth discovering. Globe showing Europe-Africa rocket. Most people believe that valuable coins are easy to recognize, that they shine, look royal, or feel heavy in the hand, but history repeatedly proves the opposite. Sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones nobody ever bothered to look at twice. Today's story is about one such coin, a coin that passed through millions of hands, sat inside pockets, drawers, and cash registers, and was spent without hesitation. The Singapore 1-cent coin may look insignificant, but its journey from daily use to global fascination is one of the most overlooked stories in modern coin history. When Singapore introduced its own currency in 1967, the nation was young, focused on survival, growth, and stability, not on creating future collectibles. The 1-cent coin was designed to serve a purpose, not to impress, and for years it did exactly that. During the early minting years, these coins were produced using copper-rich metal, giving them weight and durability that most people never noticed. At the time, copper was affordable, and there was no reason to believe that metal prices would one day change everything. As Singapore's economy grew, so did global demand for metals, and slowly, quietly, production costs began to rise. To control expenses, minting numbers were adjusted, compositions were altered, and certain years saw significantly fewer coins produced. None of these changes were announced publicly, because to most people, a 1-cent coin was not important enough to explain. Coins continued to circulate, and people continued to spend them without realizing that scarcity was already forming. By the late 1970s, internal discussions began about whether producing such a small Denomination even made sense anymore, inflation reduced purchasing power, and the coin's role in daily transactions slowly faded. As fewer coins were produced and fewer remained in use, survival rates dropped dramatically, many coins were lost, damaged, or melted down, while others simply disappeared with time. By 1984, the Singapore 1-cent coin had nearly vanished from everyday life. What remained were small pockets of surviving coins, most of them in poor condition, overlooked for decades. Collectors today understand that survival is just as important as age. A coin that avoided cleaning, polishing, and heavy circulation becomes exponentially more valuable. Even well-meaning attempts to clean a coin can permanently erase its original surface, destroying its appeal to collectors. Beyond condition, some Singapore 1-cent coins reveal unusual characteristics, subtle minting errors, unexpected metal tones, off-center strikes, and inconsistencies that experts still debate today. A handful of these coins appear so rarely that some collectors question whether they were ever meant to exist publicly. When such a coin surfaces, it does not quietly enter the market, instead, it attracts global attention, moving through private sales, collector networks, and elite auctions. Buyers are not just competing for metal, but for history, exclusivity, and bragging rights. This is why rare coins often outperform traditional investments over long periods. They cannot be recreated, replaced, or reproduced. Once lost, the Singapore 1-cent coin represents a time when everyday objects were not designed to last forever, yet somehow became timeless. According to speculative valuations, private collector negotiations, and extreme rarity discussions, certain ultra-rare Singapore 1-cent coins have been associated with estimated values reaching hundreds of billions of dollars. Shocking even experienced numismatists. These numbers do not apply to every coin, but they reflect how powerful rarity combined with mystery can become. For many collectors, the real value lies in the hunt, the research, and the possibility that something extraordinary still exists in plain sight. This is why people continue searching old collections, inherited boxes, and forgotten drawers. If you own old coins, especially from Singapore, patience is your greatest asset. Never clean them, never rush, and always seek expert evaluation. Coin collecting rewards those who respect history rather than those who chase quick profits. If stories like this fascinate you, CoinFlix is where hidden value meets real knowledge. Subscribe to stay ahead, because the next coin we discuss might already be sitting somewhere in your home. And if you've ever found an old coin and wondered about its story, share it in the comments, because sometimes the smallest discoveries lead to the biggest surprises. Globe showing Europe-Africa rocket. This coin was spent like normal money, but today it could be worth more than a house, and nobody even knew it existed. People thought this coin was worthless, until one collector discovered it was hiding a secret worth millions. You won't believe what happened next. Imagine finding a coin in your drawer, and realizing it could change your life. This is the rarest coin Singapore ever made. Experts say this coin is one of the rarest in the world. If you own old Singapore coins, listen carefully, because you might have a fortune. This coin was used to buy candy, and now it's worth more than a car. Yeah, you heard that right.